people should come and see Nixon in China because first and foremost, it will be a riveting experience in the theater. The music is really compelling. The stage picture is even more so. The fact that it's about history with people that we know as living characters is unique. It will be an unforgettable evening.
The talent level of this production is extraordinary. We have artists that have literally performed internationally on many of the major stages of the world who are bringing their theatrical and musical experience to Eugene Opera to handle this opera. But interestingly, it's without exception, for everybody in the cast, it's their first time doing this piece.
Given how we spend our money, we spend it on the performers first, and the level is very high. Our Pat Nixon and Richard Nixon are a man and wife couple. Kelly Caduce as Pat Nixon and Lee Gregory as Richard Nixon. Kelly is probably the best American soprano who has yet to sing at the Metropolitan Opera. And Lee is one of the most intelligent singing actors I've come across. I will be singing Chairman Mao, and I'll be joined as Madame Mao with a faculty member of the University of Oregon. And it's great to have that couple being represented by people who have local ties and yet are professional singers. The costume design is a real challenge because, well, it's the same sort of costume design that is faced by somebody who designs West Side Story. People come on and they're wearing blue jeans, but they're not blue jeans that you buy on a rack, because they won't look good under theatrical lights and they won't be appropriate to the experience. So the challenge for the costume designer is to design clothing that we recognize as period, as appropriate to the time, and yet has a symbolic nature which is above and beyond what you get on the rack. So it's going to be very interesting. The use of colors, the use of shapes, the use of fabrics. There's so much thought that goes into costume design, and it's a pity that we can't have all the members of the audience involved in all the aspects of the production. They would see the richness that goes into it. The set design is interesting. The challenges that we laid out at the beginning had to be surmounted, and they were surmounted in, I think, a really brilliant way. The curtain will go up on something that's called a show curtain, a secondary curtain that will be discovered behind the main curtain. And what that will be is a large image of workers that's very reminiscent of Chinese propaganda art at that time. Will set the stage of where we're going and what this story is all about.
There is nothing like seeing it live. There is nothing like the interaction of the singer and musician on stage with the musician in the orchestra pit, and the lighting and the costume and all of those elements combined with the energy of the audience.
The first few minutes of this is going to be a look to Nixon in China like no other.
I think it must be said that it will be part of Eugene Opera's mission to make sure that the art form stays vital, and that as we move forward through the next few seasons, we will be making sure that there's a dialogue between audience and performer that is relevant and going to keep the art form moving forward.